The reaction is a horrific attack on innocent people, journalists and police officers, and my condolences to all those impacted in the Paris community.
You came in and you sat on the set, and I get the feeling this has been wearing on you today. Can you talk about why?
It's very personal for me to think about, all the responses and the talk about Islam and Muslims and how this represents the faith of an entire faith community of 1.5 billion people. And for me personally, I support freedom of expression and freedom of speech, and to believe that there are people who have been killed in a place like Paris is it boggles my mind.
I read a quote from one Muslim organization online tonight which said 3 people have ruined it for 5 million people in France. Let me read you just a quote from novelist Salman Rushdie, who said today, quote, "Religion, a medieval form of unreason, when combined with modern weaponry, becomes a real threat to our freedoms. This religious totalitarianism has caused a deadly mutation in the heart of Islam, and we see the tragic consequences in Paris today." What do you say to that?
I absolutely don't agree with Mr. Salman Rushdie, but I will fight for his right to say what he wants to say. I believe that my religion is a peaceful religion, and we have to remember that 2 of those that were massacred today, one a police officer, Ahmed Muharat, and also a copy editor that was working at the Charlie Hebdo, Mustafa Urad. So we want to make sure that people understand that a lot of these extremists are not just killing non-Muslims, they're killing Muslims as well, and this is impacting us all.
So you say your religion is being hijacked?
There are people that are doing outrageous things in the name of Islam. And the question I always ask is, when other people are committing these atrocities, do we do that to other faiths? This fixation on blaming an entire faith community for the acts of a few. I had someone today tell me, but listen, you can't disaffiliate yourself with these people. They say they believe in Allah. Don't you believe in Allah too? Well, the Westboro Baptist Church, they're Christians. KKK was lynching people in this country. They were also Christians. This fixation and obsession with asking Muslims to condemn all acts of terrorism and saying that it represents all of Islam, for me, is like ridiculous, and it wears me out. And it takes a toll on our community.
You talk about this very personally, and I know you've talked about it off air. Maybe you haven't talked about it on air. You get a lot of comments when you come on the air. What do people say to you online? They talk about where you dress, what you're wearing.
They attack my faith, and they tell me that I'm a vicious person. My religion's violent. I should go back to Saudi Arabia. That I worship a faith that says that we should be killing infidels. Attacking me personally and saying not very nice things to me, but also the expectations that, where are you today? There was an attack. Where's your condemnation? As if, I'm waiting for things to happen and for me to condemn and apologize. And is that expected from other faith communities, from other people that represent other ethnic, other racial groups? And I think it wears down the community, this expectations for us to condemn the acts of few people out of 1.5 billion Muslims in this world.
How can Muslims contribute to the right part of the positive part of the conversation, do you think?
The Muslims are out there condemning. Muslims are out there contributing to their communities. Muslims are citizens of whether it be of France, of the United States, of Australia, wherever it is. It's the double standards of some of the mainstream media.